It's known as one of the loudest stadiums in sports for a reason. And it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. Michael Dixon with the honor of getting us started. And away we go from Lumen Field. Kickoff taken at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Offense up to the line fast. From the 29. Gets this to Johnson. And he's brought down for a loss. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
And the Seahawks adding an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. He'll throw it. It's Pickens on the slant. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We got 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing it again here. Forced out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. They're going play action. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it'll be Seahawks football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. He recovers his own mistake. He can keep going here. Waiting their turn on that sideline. You'd have thought they'd be focused in and ready for this, Brock, but instead, their very first snap nearly ends with them giving it away.
Well, thankfully, somebody was focused and quick thinking to get back on that ball. Now you got to settle down. You got to get back to that script and flush that negative play away.
It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now after the play, looks like we have somebody banged up. What we hope is it's nothing major. Don't want to see a serious injury less than a quarter into the season. First and 10 from the 41. Setting up a throw. He'll get this to Cobb.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 37. And his pass is going to fall incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it's 3rd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Throwing on 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that will get them on the board.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Getting out to his left. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Couldn't connect on first, it's 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Diggs there to bring it in. And that will not be enough for a first down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3-and-out.
That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now a give running right. It's a foot race. All the way, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks stretch their early lead to 9. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks go up 10-zip here in the 1st. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. He's going to field this at the 2. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Pass taken in by Lockett. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. They're throwing it. He finds Johnson. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
From the 47. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers reduce the lead to just 4. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's a return from the 7. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Markers reset, ball at the 37. To throw here on first down. And he can't reel it in, incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. He tosses right to the short side. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Chased out to his right. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. Seahawks will try to kick as they send the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And they are unable to double their lead.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Throwing now from the gun. It's caught. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Seahawks pick it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Just a field goal separates these two. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. About set for the 2nd quarter. Seahawks football here. Remember, they got it back on the fumble to end the 1st. Throwing the out route complete. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Back to the well again. And they get him down after a quality pickup to about the 36. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. Seahawks will try to kick as they send the field goal unit onto the field. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll double their lead to 6.
I know they love that golf adage. drive for show, putt for dough, but it's awfully nice to drive for show and to have that kind of weapon in your back pocket.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Calvin Austin on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life, really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see. Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
Receivers running the ball, well, that's become commonplace in the NFL now, and that includes down here in the red zone. In close, a lot less space to work with. You really love your most elusive players to get their hands on the ball.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He brings it in. It's a Seattle touchdown. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 or 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you can throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of him.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They'll throw it. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And the Seahawks pick it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a 1st down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Throwing now, following the turnover. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You're not going to see it in the box score, Kate, at the end of the game, but that was some high-quality zone coverage right there. Great design. Tremendous communication. Everybody trusting one another, and it allowed them to just collapse that pocket and finally get home.
Trying again, following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Throwing now, off play action. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Fourth down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Completed here to Pickens. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll try and throw it here. Pass taken in by Diggs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing from the gun here. Cut by Diggs. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second and 1. This one finds Boyd. On the move, past the 40. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. They are throwing it again. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Johnson gets it on 1st and 10. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Seattle. The Steelers at a disadvantage on the scoreboard. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short?
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. And the Seahawks are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice. Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays. Because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Throwing from his own end zone. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down. From his own end zone on third and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. The Steelers calling their first time out. Seahawks bring it out the punt team. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. The return begins on their side of midfield. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Steelers will take over possession. New set of downs for him from the 46. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He sends this one to the end zone. And oh, he got it! Interception!
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Flushed out of the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Crosses midfield, still going. It's a gain of 22. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was merely room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 34. Headed out right. Now he takes it. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. That's good for 7 yards. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Oh, they got it. Intercepted
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception.
And that's going to be a safety. Well, an assist to their punter on that one, Brock.
I'm glad you said that, Kate. Absolutely right.
Because it was that kick that set up the chance for that immediate safety.
How many times do we sit with coaches over the course of the week and we hear it all the time? Mirroring that defense and special teams, defense and special teams. It can be game changers. And you don't know that play in any NFL game that could turn the tide. Well, we got to see the defense and the special teams marry together.
There it is. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks get more points to end a lopsided first half. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
Fielded at the 7. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. He's back to throw. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. This return starts at the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks grow the lead coming out of halftime. Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's out of bounds, up at midfield. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's a Steelers first down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Jumps in up the middle. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 43. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Ernest Jones with the pick. And the Seahawks will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series. Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Seahawks will have a first down. I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run. It's a gain of 3 for them. That brings up 2nd and 7. You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game. Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5. You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league. So now here's 3rd and 5. Back-to-back carries here. Oh, he trucked that defender. Fights across for the touchdown. The Seahawks parlay the interception into points. Now they'll try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks continue piling on to this lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going. What a hit, and the ball's loose. And the Seahawks pick it up. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. 1 play, and they're back out there. Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field. A chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. They're 3 yards closer to the end zone. Here comes 2nd and goal. Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Third time's the charm. He gets it again. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. He gets 4, but not there yet. That brings up 4th and goal.
This front, well, they've done a good job bending and not breaking. First down, didn't score. Second down, didn't score. And now 3rd and goal, can't find the end zone either.
Seahawks will try to kick as they send the field goal unit onto the field. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Seahawks are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Oh, boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done. The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Another carry for him. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Seahawks pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just a positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Johnson. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. On the ground again with Johnson. The ball is out! And they scoop it up. They can still run with it. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice. But kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. And if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Boye Mafe bringing that play to a halt.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 coming up here. Throwing now from the gun. Out left, and Lockett makes the grab. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That throw finds Pickens. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun handoff to Johnson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Goal to go. It's a pass play. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, 5, 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step jam? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
From the gun, Johnson. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. The Steelers have possession, but this game, pretty one-sided as we start the 4th. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. They'll run with Johnson. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Working quickly here. Here we go with Johnson. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Steelers putting up points in a game decided. So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on 4th and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the job done. That just infuses your team and your sidelines with so much confidence.
The Steelers leaving their offense on the field. We got a 2-point conversion coming up. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Well, they don't get it, but just the choice to go for it there, Brock. As I'm looking to my right, seeing a partner kind of fuming, a little steam coming out of the head. I'm sure you and many others maybe aren't a fan of that call.
I don't feel like I'm that old. I really don't.
You don't look that old.
Well, thank you. But, yeah, this still just gets me, and I know many others every single time.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Returning it from the 4.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. They give it to him again. He makes the 25. And he makes it all the way up to the 28. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play, At least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Hits a seam at the 40. And he's down to the 42-yard line. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I'll be the one to say it, Kate. He gets up to that second level, 15, 20 yards. We're rooting for him to take it to the distance. It's hard to do. It's tough to make a gain like this happen in the NFL, but as you saw, still even tougher to take it to the house.
Handoff now from the gun. And they're going to bring him down at the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Well, listen to this crowd. They just showed it up on the big board, Brock. He is now the single-game rushing yards record holder.
This is pretty cool, Kate. I was there in person when this record was broken the first time many, many years ago. Shaun Alexander and a Monsoon. To see it then and now get to call it right here next to you in the booth, pretty special stuff.
It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. The give now out of the shotgun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th and 1.
A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. From the left hash, this will be from 50. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
From his own end zone, here we go. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. Got to him early on the return and laid a big hit on it. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Steelers hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's Johnson again. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Even 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Seahawks are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he'll go down here at the 16. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
So several thousand 12th men and women cheering as the Seahawks win at home. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. Well, that will do it for us, for Brock Huard and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks winners, as we say so long from Seattle.
Hey, yo, fresh out the beta game in my jeans, black slap. What do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey, break down, stay down. Look what I make now. Hit boy, earthquake, boy, it's a shakedown. I done so much work, they think it's fake now. Big fish, every beat is just bait now. Got rich, some switch, they try to hate now. I'm straight, I got a rake now. Need tease, cash app, Venmo or PayPal. Turned up to the max, I'm finna break down. Flow water, big trip, boy, this a gray cloud. Highlights, ball is life, my whole tape, wow. Big boss, hella chicken, I feel like Rick Ross. Why you going so damn hard? They got me off. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. Hit boy, work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black slap.